Tony, now you've accused them of lying, the Proudfoots, right? So what were they lying about from your perspective? And again, we have no independent information or confirmation that they said anything that was untrue or verification that what they said was true, like either way. But what were they lying about from your perspective, and what's the evidence from your perspective that they are not telling the truth?
Well, they actually were lying, and it was proven in court that they were lying about what they stated in the protective orders, which was that she had had physical contact with them, that she was following, stalking, and harassing them. And even on the stand, Mr. Proudfoot admitted that he had never met her in person. So in my opinion, it's a little difficult to be stalking somebody that you've never met in person. And it goes to the many inconsistencies that have been told by Mr. Proudfoot since the very first interview. Not one of his interviews have matched up, Vinny.
And when you say the interviews haven't matched up, you're not talking about, because I just want to make this clear to everyone watching, you're talking about the disappearance of Sebastian, not about 100%. Bullhorn Betty in this case.
Yeah, the Bullhorn Betty lies were just another long string in the lies that they've told since the beginning. If you go back and break the interviews down from the very first interview they did all the way from Nancy Grace and beyond before they quit coming out in public, you can see one inconsistency after the next. And the great thing about telling the truth, Benny, is when you're doing that, it's always the same. It doesn't change.
So what's the most material inconsistency that you believe has been stated from Chris and or Katie?
Regarding Sebastian?
Absolutely. Bullhorn Betty goes online, provides information, and apparently her viewers or followers are sending messages and attempting to contact Chris Proudfoot. So the judge's decision has prevented Bullhorn Betty from contacting the Proudfoots. But what I heard in the decision was, it sounds like she can still talk about them. She just cannot contact them through social media, cannot contact them through text or email or any other way. He's got to stay away from them. I understand that decision. Whether you agree or disagree, you know, it's up for debate. But that's the judge's decision. But it seems that she can still talk about them. Here was the decision by the judge. And again, Chris Proudfoot was in court trying to get a restraining order against Bullhorn Betty.
It's not a frivolous lawsuit. It is a order of protection. It falls outside. It's not asking for damages. It's asking for a party to leave another party alone. Ms. Griffin states that she is an investigative journalist and that she reports on news and commentary. Somewhere along the line, this turned not into a pursuit to find Sebastian Rogers. It turned into a personal vendetta. You know, it's interesting that you came to Sumner County to help assist in finding Sebastian Rogers, but there's been really very little testimony by you of what you've done other than harass Ms. Proudfoot and Mr. and Ms. Bowersox. As it relates to these matters, when somebody crosses the line, a reasonable person that feels terrorized, frightened, intimidated, and harassed by a pattern of conduct is not investigative journalism. Therefore, based on the facts presented in this case, I do not find the motion to dismiss the civil and the criminal cases under TCA 2017-101 etc. well taken, and therefore they are denied.
Is she allowed to mention them on YouTube and TikTok, right?
You must not come around a person for any purpose or contact this person directly or indirectly. Text message, email, social media of any type. These people are basically not in your world anymore. I can't be any more clear than that.
Oh, Terry Bowersox. Oh, you wanna come around here? Oh, look at who it is. It's Terry Bowersox. Look who just pulled up.
How can I be following you when
you just were in the plaza? You've been following me, sir. better go through that fucking light. Fuck with me.